on right? I can't see.
All right. Here we go. Wealth Wednesday. Coming with our Wealth Wednesday. We're going to give some people some time to log in. Why my name not up there? There we go. You're 2 minutes and counting. I'm eating my little Doritos. Earlier, I looked like I was in transformation. I wish I could see everybody logged in. You know what I'm gonna do? Okay,
everything turned on.
Here we go. It's Wealth Wednesdays, you guys. Today's topic is the transformation from employee to employer. Making that transformation from being an employee to an employer. Now keep in mind, turn this down. This is for anyone who may have formed any type of displacement. Whether you're just fed up with your 9 to 5 or you just want a side hustle. I'm going to give you 20 tips total, but today I'm going to give you 5. 20 tips total on how to make the transformation from being an employee to an employer, whether it's side hustle or just completely just sever ties with the boss man. What do you think about that, Boosie?
I'm an expert on it, not you.
You're an expert on it.
Yeah, because you didn't do it like that. You went straight to entrepreneurship.
Don't snitch on me. Don't snitch on me. We'll talk about that more so in week 2. We're going to have 5 times 4 is 20. So we're going to have 4 weeks total. So let me see. Let me see who we have on. We have Reba. Hey, honey. I'm piggybacking off of our conversation. I felt that a lot of people wanted to know how to make the transformation.
You have an echo, a bad echo.
Let me turn down my volume then. I'm piggybacking off of our meeting because I felt like a lot of people asked me that question. So I felt like let me go ahead and do this. So what we want to do is I want everybody, if possible, drop your name and location in the comments so we can see who's on here. Drop your name in the comments so we can see who's on here. I am on, which Facebook am I on? Look at me trying to be like I'm a producer. I am looking like I'm going through a transformation today, you guys. I just wanted to keep it real with you. And this is not a plug for The View or anybody else's show called Keeping It Real. But I want to be very, very transparent and let you know it's not always glitz and glamour. It's not always peaches and cream. What's they say? Cookies and cream or whatever they say. But I'm going to be honest with you. Today, one of those days, I'm tired. But you know what? It's because my birthday is Saturday and I'm trying to get a lot done so I can take off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. That's all. So let me go ahead. Let's see. We didn't have nobody drop their names in there. We got thank you. We're going to give a shout out to Miss Reba Pennywell. Everybody need to go follow her. She's been very, very supportive. She might be our November winner. Ha.
Yeah.
But she had me as a guest speaker on her podcast, which was very, very it was very, very good, I must say. You know, it was touching. And the ladies on there were so welcoming and warm. I really appreciate the invite. Make sure you follow her if you're looking for some inspiration, a spiritual inspiration. That's the go-to girl. She has some good information in there as well. Let's go ahead and get started. You know how I am. I like to start on time because I don't want to take advantage of anybody's valuable time. Right, Bootzilla? Bootzilla. You know what I'm trying to do now?
Ma'am.
I'm about to share my screen, which I always have difficulty doing. But you know, I'm the teacher in me. I have to give you visuals, and I have to actually give a little a side. What do you call that? Slideshow. Let me see. Can y'all see it?
No.
Okay, let me go in here and hit. You would think share screen. Duh, Capri. What about now?
No. There you. I think that should go. I don't.
You can see it now.
What am I supposed to be seeing? Oh yeah, 20 tips.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, that's
all
it.
right, you guys. Today's topic. Let me know if it goes out, Boosie. Today's topic is how to transform from being an employee to an employer. Now, I'm going to give you 20 tips total, but I only can give you a little bit at a time because, of course, we only have 30 minutes. So, of course, we're going to give you 5 tips per week. So every week, I'm going to give you some new tips to help you with the transformation. Now, keep in mind, this transformation could be for someone who is completely ready to sever ties with their employer, or someone who may have already been affected by or has some form of displacement or affected by COVID-19, and you're looking for new opportunity, or you just looking for a side hustle because of furloughs, because of cutbacks, whatever the case may be. These are some very good tips. You want to add anything to that, Bootzilla?
No, not yet.
All right, here we go. The first tip for you guys, of course, y'all should have known what the first tip is going to be. When you make that decision to step out on faith, I'm assuming, to step out on faith and start the new chapter of your life to become an employer or a side hustle, whatever the case may be, that's a new chapter in your life. So I strongly suggest the first tip would be prayer. You want to ask God for discernment, strength, clear mind. And if for those of you that may not know what those are, can you elaborate a little bit, Boosie?
What? Discernment and clear mind?
Discernment. Some people may not know what discernment is.
Okay. The transformation and stepping out on faith and discernment, you have to have the wisdom of Solomon that God gave to Solomon. He was only 8 years old, and he took over to rule the kingdom from King David. And so he prayed to the Lord fervently and desperately to give him not money, not things, but the wisdom to rule. So you're going to have to ask the Lord for not money and things, but to give you the direction. And you don't ask amiss. These are all biblical. You ask with faith and perseverance, and he will answer you.
That's right. Everybody knows what strength and clear mind is. One thing about the strength component is sometimes we do get discouraged and we feel weak, and that generally comes from lack of support, people not understanding or embracing our vision. And you really can get to the point where you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually can feel weak. So you have to ask God, because at the end of the day, I think I had a post not too long ago that I said, I'm not in this by myself. I have God on my side. And at the end of the day, he will give you the strength. He will give you the clear mind so you can be focused on your goals and your dreams and your aspirations and give you the power of discernment. So the number one tip before you do anything is prayer. Before you walk in there and want to cuss that boss out and give you a 2-week notice and say, oh, I'm tired of you, you want to pray on that so he can make sure he bless the words that come out of your mouth. Because it's what they say is power, life or death is in the tongue. Got it?
Can I say something
Yes,
else
ma'am.
in reference to the scriptures?
Mm-hmm.
Strongly, Joshua chapter 1, when Joshua took over from Moses as leader, the
Mm-hmm.
Lord said to him, be strong and courageous. He must have said it 5 times in that chapter. I will be with you until the end. You have to be courageous. You got to be strong with your faith in God, because when you're stepping out, and as I tell Capri, if you have a gift, people are not going to understand it.
Yep.
They're going to be against it, but they don't know any better. But you have to be strong enough courage to keep moving in your faith in God.
Exactly. Amen. Let's go to tip number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Transformation tip number 2 is you need to know what your purpose is. You know,
Mm-hmm.
and when I say purpose, I'm meaning your calling and your gift from God. You know,
Right.
the purpose and meaning, like I have on here is a quote from David Biscott. The purpose of life is to discover your gift. And the meaning of life is to give your gift away. And that kind of stems from too much is given, much is what, Boosie?
To whom much is given, much is required.
There you go. I like the way you put it, because you use the exact the terms, like to whom much is given, and thou and shall and stuff. But okay, let's go back to tip number 2.
That's in the Bible.
I know. I say in layman's terms. I say the Capri version instead of King James version. That you got to know your purpose, and when you know your purpose, you know your why. You understand what your goals are, and it makes it a little easier for you to stay on track. You know what I'm saying? It makes it a little easier for you to keep going, to have that clarity, to have strong faith, things of that nature. So you definitely need to understand, why am I doing this? What's the purpose? Am I making a difference in someone's life, or am I doing this just for what? Money, fame.
Right.
Oh, no, you need to have a purpose in life. And if it's aligned to what God has instilled in you as far as your gift, then I guarantee you're going to be successful. Because if he instilled it in you, no man can prevent you from getting it. I don't care. You may look at your neighbor to the left, neighbor to the right, and they may be just prospering and doing all wrong things in life, and you feel like, oh my God, I'm sitting here trying to live right, and here is X, Y, and Z, or Joe Schmuck, you know, scamming and stealing and fake PPP loans and doing everything he do, riding in Benzes and things of that nature. But you know what? It's not going to last long. So you have to stick to your guns and know your purpose, and that makes it easier for you to get up every day and work harder. You want to add to that?
You know, you on a roll today with these scriptures, Capri, because transformation is Romans 12:2. Be transformed, not of the world, but by the renewing of your mind.
Exactly.
And if you're going to go from being an employee, employee,
employer,
to a business entrepreneur, you're going to have a total different mindset. Your mind got to be transformed.
Yep. Definitely. You got to change the rooms too, but that's another tip. That's still a tip.
Oh,
okay. So so far you've prayed on it, right? And you know your purpose. So next, tip number 3, you need to write it down. You say 42%.
Oh my God.
So you are 42% more likely to achieve your goal simply by writing it down. Some may call it vision boards. Some may call it business plan. And some may say daily, weekly, or monthly goals. Whatever it is, you need to write it down and stick to it. And when you see it, you kind of make it come to fruition. You're speaking it into existence. So you need to write it down, pray on it, know where you're going and why you're going, and then write it down.
Okay, wait a minute. Here you go again. See, all this is the blueprint in the Bible. Habakkuk 2. Write the vision down, make it plain, and in due season it will come to pass.
Exactly. We on point today. That's tip number 3. Let's go on to tip number 4. Transformation tip number 4. In order for you to become an employee to an employer, you need to manage your time properly. It's proper time management. So we said prayer, You're going to pray on it, right? You're going to understand where you're going. And then you're going to, what did I say? You're going to pray on it. You're going to understand where you're going. And you're going to write it down. So after you write it down, now you have some clarity. You be like, okay, this is what I need to do. And I need to get this done before I do this. In order for you to make that happen, you have to manage your time properly. Because as you see this young lady on here, she has a little bit of everything going. She's cooking, she's working out, she's working, she got a baby, she got to read, she got to sip her wine or like a martini glass with her friends. She's on the phone taking care of business. So yeah, she has a lot going on. And that's typically our daily life, especially for women.
Right.
We juggle so many different tasks, where I call it wearing so many different hats, all the way from being a mother, a wife, a daughter, a sister, and a friend. You know what I'm saying? Those 5 hats alone are very call it cumbersome. So therefore, you need to make sure you manage it, because now you have the basic daily living that you have to do on top of this new venture that you're putting into your life. Right. So you need to create some time, whether it's after work. Remember, some of you may be going from a 9 to 5, and what you don't want to do is work 9 to 5 for him, meaning your boss, and giving him all you got, but then you come home and you want to go to sleep or get on the couch or get on Netflix and don't give yourself all that you have. So it's going to be some major sacrifices, basically, when it comes to time management. This is the one that's going to be most critical, because you can pray all you want, but faith without works is dead. You can, what you laughing at? You can know your purpose all you want, but if you don't step out on faith and do something about it, it's not going to work. You can write it down all you want. If you don't make it come to fruition and put the work in. So if you have a 9 to 5, it's going to be some sacrifice. You're going to come home, even if it's an hour, 30 minutes, or whatever the case may be. You got to find some time to leave that situation into a better situation, whether it's after work, the weekends. But I'm telling you right now, a lot of us have this time where we want to get with our girlfriends, go on dates and things of that nature. You got to sacrifice that time with the friends. That's going to be the first time management that you want to peel back on, the friends, unless they're on your team and you guys have similar goals and they're helping you reach your goal. They don't need to be a part of your life. I'm sorry. It's a major sacrifice. You want to add to that?
Okay.
Okay. Then I'm going to explain this quadrant when you're done.
Okay. I'm going to go back to writing it down, and I'm just going to give a little tidbit. When I was employed full time, I was running my company also. But what I did was write down my goal. And every time I need to be motivated,
look at it.
I would review my plan over and over. Versus the money, how much I'm gonna make, then and now. What the benefits were. If you write it down, like it says in the Bible and what Capri is saying, you'll stay on track.
Exactly.
It's never going to change. It's going to get more involved, because the more successful you become, the more you have to manage time and people.
Let's look at Eisenhower decision matrix. People are all these theorists and people always want to come up with different stuff. It's kind of common sense to us, some people. But let's look at this. It's saying in the green box, if it's urgent, of course, do it now. Right? If it's not urgent, you can schedule a time to do it later. You don't have to always be, I got to get this done. I got to get that done. You're going to have to balance it and prioritize and categorize your task. And also, it could be to a point where you can delegate certain things. You're going to ask yourself, yes, I need to get this website done, but can I get someone to do this for me? Delegate as much as you can. Find people that complement your areas of weakness.
That's right.
That's when you delegate. Because what you're going to do is find yourself on YouTube, on the internet, trying to research how to do it. And that 10 hours that you're trying to figure out how to do it, you could have given it to someone. They could have done it in 2 hours, because that's their area of expertise. So that's basically what you have to decide. Am I going to do it now?
You're having a problem with your reception, Capri.
Okay, can you hear me now? It may be on your end. Let me finish. Either you're going to do it now, you're going to decide to do it later, or you're going to delegate it.
Okay, there you go.
And last but not least, some stuff can be eliminated completely, and don't do it and don't worry about it at all, such as the sacrificing time with friends. So you have 4 options. Do I need to do this now? Is this something that I can do later? Schedule it a time later and decide to do it later? Is this something I can delegate and have someone assist me with? Or is this something that I need to completely eliminate and remove? Because if you don't try to figure out which one of those tasks or dilemmas or issues, which quadrant they fall in, you're going to be stressed out. So time management is a major one, and that's why I have it in the top 5. And we have 1 more to go, and then we're going to go over our winner. You want to add to that one, Boosie, or did I get it? I don't think I see. I don't think she accidentally fell off. So we're going to go to number 5. So transformation tip number 5 is budget. Okay. So you prayed on it. You know what your purpose is. You know what God anointed you with, and you know what your strengths are. So you know where you're going. You wrote it down, right? So now you wrote it down. You got a visual. You're like, okay, I need to accomplish this. Get my website, get this, get incorporated, boom, boom, boom. Now it's going to cost to do those things. So you need to create a budget. This is very, very important, because without money, a lot of this stuff would not take place. The transformation will not take place without money. Remember, I said before in another Wealth Wednesday that money is a defense. Yes, it is. It is a defense. So a budget is going to be prioritized. You need to prioritize your disposable income. You need to scale back on going out with your friends, eating out, Starbucks, that what do you call that? Latte. I don't even drink Starbucks, I'm pronouncing it wrong. All those little fancy cups of coffee, $5 and $6. You better go to Kroger's and get you some Folgers instant. Boil you some water in the morning and pour it in there, and get you some homemade caramel. If you gotta have that caramel taste, but you better sacrifice and figure it out, because you're gonna need money, which means you can't maintain the same lifestyle when you make major transitions in your life. For example, if I decide, hey, I want to have a baby, I can't live the same lifestyle when I become a mother. There's sacrifices that I must make. There's certain things that I can't do anymore because now I'm a mother. Same thing with you trying to make a transition in your lifestyle. You kind of go from employee to employer, or just a side hustle. You're going to have to scale back in a lot of areas. So time management is a major one, and budget is the next one, because again, like I said, without the proper finances, nothing is going to come to fruition. I'm just going to be honest. Unless you got what I call them sugar daddies and sponsors, but he's still going to want to know, if he's smart, hey, how much is this going to cost? So you're going to have to prioritize and figure out and have a budget for him when he decides to cut you that check. So I bless y'all that do have a sponsor. Y'all very blessed. So far, let's go back over. We have the number 1 transformation when you decide, hey, Melanie, the number 1 transformation that you need to make sure you know before you go from employee to employer is prayer. You want to pray on it first. Ask God to grant you the power of discernment, the strength, and a clear mind so you can go out there and fight these demons. Secondly, you want to know your purpose, know what you're doing, why you're doing it. Are you fulfilling a need? Are you going to be able to make money off of this gift that you've been blessed with? Third tip is to write it down. Write it down so that it can come to fruition. You want to speak it into existence. Have a plan. Write it down, vision board, daily, monthly, weekly goals, but you definitely need to write it down. The next one is time management. Number 4, you need to make sure you prioritize your time properly so this can take place. Because you can have all these good, I want to do this, I want to do all these good old visions and money-making ideas. You don't prioritize your time, it's not going to work. Your 5th transformation tip is budget. Without money, I can guarantee you it's not going to work. You're going to exchange your time for something. And I hope it's for money. I hope you're not doing this just because you think you're cute or whatever. Who is this, Angel? Great tips that I learned from working with you, and tips working. Thank you. Angel used to work at your Realty Group a long time ago, so she probably know all this. She probably can get in here and teach it. So let's go. So we went over our 5 tips. We're going to recap. Like I said, 5 tips. 1, prayer, purpose, write it down, time management, and budgeting. Those are your 5 major tips for transformation. Now, keep in mind, you got to stand strong on all 5. If you waver in any one of those, it's going to be unbalanced like a seesaw. You have to keep it balanced. You have to. If you fall short in any one of these areas, it's not going to come to fruition. And these are my first 5. I've had 15 more to go. So that means every week I'm going to give you 5. If you already accomplished these first 5, you need to call Capri for your LLC. So take that first step with your financial services and call Capri for your LLC. You want to call Capri for your LLC. You definitely have an entrepreneurship mentality. You want to know why? Because you're on this webinar. Or you're on my live. You're on Wealth Wednesdays. You're consistently showing up. You're hungry for something, and I hope I'm feeding you. So this is what you're going to get with your company formation. You can always visit the website, or more importantly, download the app for more information. I don't want the song to play. And this is October. Don't forget, we got to announce our winner today. All you need to do is like, comment, and share our Wealth Wednesdays. And also you must download our app. Again, like, comment, and share our Wealth Wednesday Facebook Live and download the app. And your name will be entered into a drawing to win 3 free nights in Las Vegas. Let's see who's going to be our big winner. All right. This is October. Let's see who our winner is for this month. Okay. All right. I need some music playing. I should have some music playing. Our winner for October is Kiera Madison. Kiera Madison. She's been this is our second winner. She has liked, commented, shared consistently. It was a tie between her and Miss Reba. She started before you, Reba. I'm sorry. But she's been most consistent, and I want to say thank you. Make sure I'm going to call you tomorrow and give you the information on your trip. You win your trip to Vegas. And let's see what else I have in here for y'all. Is she on here? Let me see if she's on here today. We got a lot of comments. Let me read them. Bible study, where is she on here today? I'm not sure. Okay. All right. So that's our winner. You guys, in order for you to win the trip, you need to make sure you like, comment, and share Wealth Wednesday. Share it to as many people as possible. And remember, call Capri for your LLC. Don't forget that. Call your girl for your LLC. Now, I'm always trying to I'm respectful for your time. Next week, here you go. Next week, how to transform from employee to employer. Next week, I'm going to give you tips 6 through 10. Remember, I said I was going to give you a total of 20. This is going to lead us all the way up to Thanksgiving. Then we're going to show our thanks and our appreciation for family, friends, God, of course. So I really appreciate you. Kiera, you're the winner. If you're on here today, make sure you follow up with me. But I will see you guys next week. Let me see if any questions first. You know me, I'm trying. Let me see. Any questions, comments, or concerns before we get off? Questions, comments, or concerns? Questions. I'm going to give it about 1 minute to see if we have any questions. Drop them in the comment box. 1 minute. Again, you want to make that transformation? A lot of people have been displaced due to COVID, you guys, so let's keep them in prayer. A lot of people are just tired of their boss. So for those of you that are frustrated, make sure you take advantage of these 5 tips. Prayer, know your purpose, write it down. I think I skipped one. Write it down. Time management and budgeting. With those first 5, okay, Boosie's back. Let's put her back in here. With those 5 tips, you're going to start off, and if you have a good race, you're going to start off really well. So make sure you take advantage of these 5 tips. And then next week, you will see me with tips number 6 through 10. Again, next week, I can't speak. Tips 6 through 10. So this is the end. I'm at 6:57 p.m. I started a tad bit early. So I'll see you next week. Wealth Wednesday, 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, make sure you download my app, as you can see right here. Download my app. We're in the Apple and Google Play. Google Play and the Apple Store. So I'll see you all next week, and hopefully I gave you some advice you can bank on. Adios, amigos.